Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Game Boyz podcast. I think we're on episode 7. It's April 22nd. I'm here with my friend and life partner, Bowman.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening.
So not a lot of news this week, so I guess we're just going to give our old E3 predictions. It's about a month out, but before we get into that, do a little intro. What have you been up to, Bowman? Anything since last week?
A lot of stuff, man. Well, we actually just, do you want to dive into our garage sale we did yesterday?
Yeah, we did a little joint garage sale.
First time ever doing anything like this.
Yeah, I've never done a garage sale because, well, I guess for the last 3 years I've had a house to do it at, but I've never done it. Got a bunch of our old games together, and I had some collectibles, some old Club Nintendo posters and stuff that I had doubles of, and we had some toys and whatnot, and you're moving, as we've talked about before on here.
Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff I wanted to get rid of for a while, but I told you before, it's such a pain in the ass getting rid of stuff just because you don't want to basically give it away. You want to get a little bit of money for it, and also you want it to end up in a collector's hand. And if it gets into a reseller's hand, that's fine, whatever. But those resellers, they'll just whenever you post things on like OfferUp and Craigslist, they just lowball the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And are just unreasonable to talk to, and they'll just go back and forth, and it's just like, I don't have time to have a back and forth with you just so you can like maybe save another $1 from me.
Yeah, I mean it's with the resellers, it's almost never good enough.
Yeah.
We're already so. For the record, a lot of people, it's like there's like a stigma about collectors selling games. They call us resellers. It's not the same thing. I had an argument online with somebody about this when I posted about the garage sale. A reseller is somebody who buys up games for super cheap and then immediately doesn't play them or anything, immediately turns around and tries to sell them at a huge profit, usually above market value. We have these games for years, and we decided we don't have the space, as you can see. Like, I don't have, I'm filled to the brim. When I buy new games, I have to like rearrange everything to fit a new game in. I don't know if you could see it in the camera, but like my NES games are stacked on top of each other. It's not like I have a nice clean system here. I don't have any room for anything anymore. So, when we're selling games, we're trying to free up some space, or it's just a game we didn't like or whatever, and we're not doing it for profit either. So at the garage sale, we were selling stuff for half or less of what the typical going price is. There were multiple games that we sold that go for $20-$30 that we sold for $5.
Yeah.
So
I'm really reasonable about it, and I like helping out other collectors, and a lot of these games, like, maybe I paid something for them, maybe I didn't. A lot of them were just old games that I just found. I'm very fortunate, and I've received lots in the past where I've had friends just go, "Hey, here's a box of games. I don't need these anymore."
Right.
So I even had to face that moral dilemma for a little bit. That like, is it okay to sell games that were given to you? And I think the answer is, if your games are going towards the hobby itself, I don't really see it being an issue.
I mean, I think there's some leeway where it's just like, okay, if I got a lot of games from a friend 4 years ago, and now I'm like, I'm not going to play this game, it's okay to sell. If you get a lot from a friend for nothing, they just give it to you, or they give it to you for dirt cheap, and then you, the next week, are like trying to sell them for a profit, then you're a scumbag. Like, you never intended to play those games, and your friend gave them to you based on the idea that you would play them or keep them. That's a little bit of a different situation than, my friend gave me a box of games, and months or years down the line, I'm like, I don't really need this game. I don't have the room for it. So I think that's where you draw the line.
Yeah. How did you feel about the garage sale? Would you do it again, or was there some things you didn't like about it?
I would do it again. I would probably post about it more. I did the art. We made, for how much stuff we sold, we made great money.
We did, yeah.
And the fact is, there was nothing out there that we didn't want. So, or there was nothing out there that we wanted. So, you know, it was basically like free money. And a lot of that stuff, it's hard to sell. Like, I was trying to sell Club Nintendo posters, and it's like, yeah, I could probably sell them on eBay and make a little bit more money, but it's such a hassle. Who knows how long it's going to stay up there for? Then I have to pack them up, go to the post office, ship them out, and then, you know, some fuck on eBay is going to be like, oh, it was crinkled in the corner, I want my money back. And then you have to pay for the shipping back and refund them, so now you're out money. It's happened to me before.
With like Super Mario World before, like Mario RPG.
It was a Mario RPG. I sold a Mario RPG, sold it for cheap, and on eBay, and the guy complained that it didn't work. Then he said that he had a Retron that he was using it on. It's like, okay, well, fuck you. You're not even using it on the real system, so you don't know if it works. I got it back from him, and just to make sure, I popped it in, worked the first time.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was using faulty equipment or whatever. I ended up losing money because I offered free shipping and then had to pay for the shipping for him to return it, plus give him the money out. So I was out like $6 and a bunch of time and stuff. And it's just, I'm done with it. I don't sell games on eBay.
No, it's just too much hassle. And I just like the exchange of cash money. It's just, there's no issues. Like, we've already had people contact us after the garage sale. Like, one guy asked about something, and it's just like, I don't even have to entertain the conversation with you. When it's done at a garage sale, you know what you're walking into.
Right. Yeah, I got a few emails from people. Nothing crazy, but just, you know, one guy asking if I had some missing pieces to a toy that I sold him. Didn't even feel compelled to respond to the email because
it's insulting.
Yeah, it's a garage sale, and he got it for I sold him. It was like a Power Rangers Megazord with all 5 of the separate Power Rangers Zords into one, and he was for $5 is what I sold it to him. Yeah, whatever. So I don't feel compelled to even respond. I just ignored the email. It's a garage sale. You know, it's all a crapshoot. If I buy a computer from a garage sale, you don't know if it's going to work. If you buy a TV from a garage sale, you don't know if it's going to work. It's all the same. And so I prefer that method. The only problem was we didn't get enough people. And
like we had a little bit of a rush in the morning. Like some people came out, and then we never had a rush again. We just had a trickle of people.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that neither of us have social media, so that's a problem.
That definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, so...
but you posted it on Facebook.
I did. I made a dummy Facebook account and posted it on the yard sale sites, but the problem is that I didn't think to do that until, like, the day of. So it was too late. And some of the administrators or whatever didn't even approve my post until, like, noon or 1 o'clock. So I've been getting a ton of emails and messages on the dummy Facebook account about it, but it's like the sale's over and I don't want people coming to my house for it.
Yeah, like what they're trying to do is what we don't want to do.
Right.
I can always take pictures of all my video games and put them on OfferUp. I don't want to entertain the conversation, because even like OfferUp has, like, when you sell individual things, aside, like, it has a different set of issues than eBay does, because when you sell stuff on OfferUp, you have that back and forth exchange, and then say you do make a deal with somebody, half the time they ghost on you.
Yep, yeah, they don't. And I was gonna say, half the time they don't even show up. Giant waste of your
time, and it's just.
And I do it too. I'm guilty of it. There's been times where I've negotiated with someone on OfferUp, and then regretted, like I really don't need to spend the money on this. Like those PS3s that I was negotiating for, like she was all ready to set it up or whatever, and I was just like, after I thought about it, I'm like, I don't really want to or need to buy these, and I just never contacted her again. She didn't message me or anything. It's not like she was like, where are you? But
that's whatever. That's what you expect. That's not too bad. I'm talking more like you set up the deal, and you're like on your way over, or you go there and they don't show up.
Yep.
I've had that happen to me multiple times. I've had where I literally get in the car and I'm on my way over, and the guy just goes, never mind, I'm actually heading out of the house right now. I don't have time anymore. And I'm like, we just talked about this, and now I'm already on my way over right now.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even giving me that good of a deal. That's what's like was insulting me, was that maybe he went, oh, I don't know, this isn't that good of a deal for me, and I could get more money out of it. It was a Xenoblade Chronicles for 3DS.
How much was he asking for?
I think he wanted like $25 or something like
yeah,
that, which is not a great deal. Like, it's not a bad deal, but it's not a great deal.
I might pick that up in a GameStop, not go to drive someone's house.
Yeah, he was just not that far away, and I just wanted the game.
Yeah,
but I've like stopped using OfferUp because of these reasons. I've had some luck on it. Like, I got those Lunar games and Shenmue for really cheap. That was great. But yeah, I'm happy with the garage sale. I would definitely like to do it again because I thought it was fun. Like, I had a lot more fun than I thought I would.
Is that the guy?
Oh, okay, hold on. We got a caller on the podcast.
We got a caller, guys. A special guest.
Hey, Sean, what's up? Yeah, what are you up to tonight? Were you, it's not an emergency or anything, but were you possibly interested in working karaoke tonight? Well, Megan injured herself recently, so I didn't even ask her. So I just planned on calling you and being like, "Hey, are you cool with it?" And once you give me the thumbs up, I'll call Amy, who will, because Amy, you have to run everything by Amy. Yeah, no problem.
Bowman don't want to work.
All right. Could you just text me? Yes or no? All right, cool, man. Thank you. Okay. He's got to run it by his woman.
Okay.
So.
Gotta ask permission from the vagina.
Sorry if that screwed things up.
No, not at all. So, yeah. I mean, the garage sale was whatever. I would do it again, like you said. I think we would have had better look at like a flea market.
I think a flea market would be fun. I kind of want to do it. That's honestly.
I think we would have sold a lot more stuff, and also you have more. I mean, just for our sake, you have a lot of people that aren't coming there for that exact purpose, and might just pass by and be like, games, that's cool, and not even know what they're looking at, and buy a bunch of games for $3 a piece.
I still have some more crap. If that deal falls through with that one guy, there's some guy contacted you and set up a deal. Mm-hmm. I almost kind of want that deal to fall through because I had fun just selling it out.
I want that deal to not fall through because I've got other business to take care of with that guy.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it was a good experience. So, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, let's do a little E3 predictions.
What is E3?
E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. That's where the 3 E's come from.
Yeah.
And they do it every year. It's the gaming equivalent of the Super Bowl. This is where all the big announcements come out, unless you're the Nintendo Switch, and then you just announce it in some YouTube video in November. So, yeah, so all the big announcements come out. So let's just get right into it, and we'll start with Microsoft. What is your wish list and expectation of Microsoft's E3?
Oof. My wish list is that Microsoft just admits that it's over.
You want them to disappear?
No, I will clarify that right now. No, I don't want them to disappear. I don't know what they can do, is what I'm saying. I feel terrible for them because even in my head, the most positive situation, I can't even like picture one at this point. Unless they just, I don't know what properties they can get a hold of right now. There's just so little time and not enough people.
Yeah.
And like, I guess wish list wise, I just hope they expand upon more of the backwards compatible gaming for Xbox, which they've done a great job on.
That'd be cool.
I think so far, like, it's really cool. I'm just super lukewarm on it so far because there's so many games that don't work on it. And I know they basically have to like build support for all these games, and it's a lot of work. So we're talking like just ideal world, just this would be awesome, would be if they went, guys, we hired this giant team of people that are like, and we've seen overwhelming response about backwards compatible games, and a lot of previous publishers have like chimed in and they want to jump in and put as many games on this as they can. So they just list this crap load, and I think specifically I want them to put Fatal Frame 2 support, because I have that for Xbox, and I'm never gonna hook up my Xbox anytime soon.
I'll take it.
No. I want to play that game. So I would really love some more Xbox original support. And I think they have a good thing going here with that. And I also hope that guys, Sony finally reached out to us. We're gonna finally do cross-platforming game between PC, Switch, Xbox, and PS4.
So I forget who's the weak link in that? Sony that won't do it?
Sony doesn't want any part of it.
Yeah, fuck them. I don't know.
Because I think in their mind they have nothing to gain from it.
Sure. But they could say the same thing about region-free gaming, and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I just... You can say there's nothing to gain from it, but the more you give to your fan base, the more loyal they are.
You're adding more value to your online service.
Yeah.
You're telling people that, like, hey, you're $50 a month. Not month. Wow, that'd be terrible. But $50 a year service has a lot of value to it. You can play with all your friends. And I think we're ready to move past that point. I think the region-free thing is the best example, because back then companies would have so many reasons as to why we weren't allowed to do it, and it's just like
there weren't any good reasons.
There weren't any good reason. It was just very specifically just, no, we want to control our own sales in our own country.
I still can't wrap my head around like how they built the Super Nintendo in a way that it could play the games from Japan, but they built it so the games won't fit into the system. That's just bizarre to me. It's just like, why? Why do you care?
Well, I think it was just funny back then because, like, who was ordering import games back then?
Only hardcore fans.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good wish. I mean, I was thinking even like something crazy where it's like a expansion chip that you plug into like a USB or an expansion port that's literally like shrunk down hardware of the like a 360 or Xbox chip.
That'd be really cool.
Where it's just like, now all the games work.
Yeah.
You know, something like it's an external thing where it's almost think like a Game Boy player or a 64 DD or something, where it's just like literally just like a RAM expansion that has the hardware in it from the Xbox 360 that lets you play. And then now you can just put the games in and it'll run off of that chip in the expansion.
I think that's something that's really valuable, and I think they definitely need to. I think that's a really good idea, and I think they've proven that people care about backwards compatible games, because PS4 has been so successful without backwards compatibility. So maybe in their minds they just went, okay, clearly backwards compatibility is not that important.
Yeah.
We're so successful, and this is why competition's good. This is why this is why I said that I don't want Microsoft to go away, because if Microsoft goes away, then you stop seeing innovations in gaming overall. Mm-hmm. Like for a while,
Innovations is the Disney.
Innovations is the Disney. So like when Nintendo's Wii U was failing really hard, everyone just had this. Everyone gets really short-term thinking. They're just like, fuck them. They suck now. And it's just like, okay, well, you have forgotten about all the things they've done in the past and all the things they could potentially do in the future. Like, there's a lot of things you're not thinking about here. And Nintendo changed the way we look at handheld and console gaming again. They actually completely turned around the idea that handheld gaming's dead, and that people are actually still interested in it, and just in a different way.
Yeah.
So. No. Let's see here. What do I think will actually happen with Microsoft? I think realistically, they'll pull out some stupid franchise out of their ass and think we're gonna care about it, and then that's good. Like maybe
Crackdown or something.
Yeah, that's Crackdown.
They'll probably announce a new Halo.
Sea of Thieves continued support. They'll probably go like, we know everyone's loving Sea of Thieves right now, and they'll have like a big round of applause for it, and they'll announce
some
like further support or some expansion or something like that. Maybe it'll be free. So
it better be free. I mean, that's such a common thing nowadays for online heavy games like that.
Yeah.
So Yeah. What's the deal? Are you working tonight or not?
Well, actually, he said yes, so I have to call my manager up and ask if it's okay.
We're calling Bowman's manager to get the night off. He's got real important business.
You are
to
editing
take
this
care
out. You are not putting this on the podcast.
Of course.
Be really funny if you were. I am good. I just need to.
Bowman's got the night off.
I gotta tell Sean real quick. Amy is going to run it by.
I'd like to just take this moment to show the audience one of my prized possessions. This is a Club Nintendo exclusive from Japan, Pac-Man Versus. All right, you can't even get this alone.
I was actually staring at that for a while.
I saw it, and it was Pac-Man Versus. I love Pac-Man Versus. I saw it in the store, $10, and I knew I had to have it. So, all right. So, yeah, Microsoft, for my personal wish list, I don't have one because I don't give a shit about Microsoft. But for my expectations,
you might have one soon for me.
Yeah. What do you mean, the backwards compatible or?
Well, you mean my Xbox One? I
sure. Yeah. When are you giving that to me anyway?
Oh, well, we'll see how E3 goes.
So I don't have any interest or stock in Microsoft, so I don't have any wish lists really. Although, more backwards compatibility is gonna make me want one. Like, cause I have plenty of Xbox games and plenty of Xbox 360 games. I don't have any Xbox One games, but for them to be like, yeah, it's a new system and it gets new games and you can play all your old games, just that the convenience of not having to have another two systems hooked up or whatever would be great for me. Fact of the matter is, it's not going to happen. You're never going to get a system that wasn't built around backwards compatibility unless you do something like I suggested, which is never going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a system that's already been built to get added 100% backwards compatibility. Never going to happen. The obscure games, they don't care about them. So, yeah, what I think will happen, I think they're going to show the Crackdown, which has been in development hell. I think they'll show that. I think they'll announce Halo 6. Wait, what are we on now?
I don't know. There's
Halo 5, Halo 6.
Like Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach.
4.
I think they did 4.
No, they did 4.
They did 4.
So maybe 5.
Maybe 5?
Halo 5, they'll show that maybe. I think maybe Milo will make a return. You remember Milo?
No.
Peter Molyneux's little AI boy.
Oh, God.
No, I don't think that'll come back. But
No.
I think the Kinect is dead.
Do you think they...
VR, maybe?
VR, because they have not... But, I mean...
Do they have any partnerships with, like, Oculus or
I think that'd be a really stupid fucking move if they were introduced VR. No,
because...
Just because Sony's does not do well.
PS4's VR hasn't even done well. So, yeah,
maybe an Xbox Switch handheld shit?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. I think they're going to release a couple of unimaginative Microsoft first-party games, and nobody's going to care. And that's Microsoft's E3. So we'll mark that off the list.